everyone. It's Friday. Holy crap, how did that even happen? Is it just me or was Monday yesterday? I don't even know how these things work here. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Trav. We have got Kobe. We have got Quantic. Together, we are Web3 Matters. And one day, it won't feel awkward doing that. It's going to be awesome. I look forward to that day. Gentlemen, how are you doing today? How's your week? How's your day? Are you excited for the weekend? What's happening?
Mm, Kobe, how are you doing today? I want to be last because I want to prepare my answer with all the energy I have.
Yeah, man. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm stoked. It's the weekend. Um, I'm gonna be at my 40 hours in like, I don't know. I'm clocked out right now, but by like 2 p.m. my time, I'll be at my 40 hours for the week, so I can dip out. Maybe even earlier than that. So I'm having a good start. Well, I'll be able to have a good start to my weekend, man. And it's been really good. The paperclip stuff has been nuts. So I'm excited to talk more about that. And there's been some crazy shit going on in the news with AI, and um, yeah, pretty stoked, man. I could probably keep going and kind of recapping everything, but yeah, no, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. If you guys are watching, man, hit the like button, reshare this stuff. Let's get it out. Let's get some more folks in here.
Love it, love it. And that's a little bit of foreshadowing right there, this paperclip. A lot of people may be asking already, what what do paperclips have anything to do with this? Don't you
Yeah,
worry.
that's a
You're
good
gonna find
question.
out.
Like, I feel that a lot of people have no idea about this paperclip stuff, Kobe, and I think it's going to be huge. And I think that you are on the right track, spending your time on this particular tool. It is especially hard for people these days to figure out where should we spend our times when it comes to AI agent tools. And I think that you are right now building on one that is on the right side of the equation. So yeah, today we're going to cover this in the context of how we are building a true AI or agentic power startup. But of course, Kobe is going to tell us all of the details and what we have achieved with it, because I think that that's critical, right?
Can I just say, if you guys look closely on my arm, I've got goosebumps right now. Uh, AI agent, or how did you say that again? Agentic AI power startup. I don't know. It was awesome. I'm so distracted by my goosebumps
Yeah.
now. I don't exactly know what we're at.
Well, dude, and like, stop me if you don't want me to like go in now. Like, I don't know if we have like a set schedule, but like, I will just let me just echo basically what you just said. So for the audience, we have a weekly team meeting. I think we met this week on Monday or Tuesday, I think, and um, these guys almost saw me throw up. Sidebar.
Yep,
Um,
true.
but yeah, so I
It's
like at the
close.
end of the call, I kind of got these like these goosebumps a little bit that Trav's talking about, and I wanted to remind we were kind of like, how do we really want to dig in here with paperclip, like. Do we get rid of other project management tools, blah blah blah? And I just wanted to make sure that they knew before I left the call, and listeners and watchers, you guys to know this too. Paperclip's been out for 3 or 4 weeks, maybe 4 weeks now at this point. Maybe I don't even think that long. It's open source, and the what I'm trying to say is that we are building on the front lines. We are, I would say, like, we're not a billion-dollar company or whatever, but we are in the same class of these like innovators. We're on the front line. We're doing the new shit as soon as it comes out. Um, and I was telling these guys before chat or before the call or before the stream, there's like barely any help out there online. And some of the problems that we're trying to solve, AIs train on existing or problems that have existing solutions. Some of the solutions we're trying to come up with don't exist. And so you can't just chat GPT your way through this, even though we're relying on so much AI. So yeah, we are on the cutting edge of this shit. And so I hope you guys come along and jump in the ship. Let's fucking go.
Awesome, guys. Well, hey, if you aren't excited or inspired to press that repost button, if you're not inspired to leave a comment, drop your excitement for today's conversation. I don't know what the heck is going to do it because you should be. You should be. Awesome, gentlemen. Let's just dive right in. I just want to welcome everyone who's here with us right now. We are currently streaming on 5 different platforms, and I'm not going to say the words because I don't want any of the algos to get angry at us here. But if you're here with us, you know where you are, and we appreciate you guys. So any sort of engagement that you guys can do, and just to show us that you're gaining some value from this, you're getting any sort of insight about AI and how you can use it to better your lives, please let us know. And if you have any
Wait,
questions or waiting.
it's just that you said 5 platforms. That's a lot more than what I'm aware about. So could you actually say where are we and how the fuck
Why would he try to?
we do?
He's trying to sabotage you, Trav. What the
It
heck?
sounds like a challenge. I'm ready.
No, no, it's just that I actually think like if I'm watching this right now from the point of view of a user, I would already be blown away by the fact that you're on many platforms because probably most people can't even stream on one. And then I would also would like to know what is your setup like? Like, are
Mm,
you using these AI agents to set all of this stuff? How does that work? Are you paying for something? You know, like I
yeah.
think there's a point there. Sorry, I
No,
didn't want
no.
to sound bearish.
We're all about the segues here, my friend. So let's get right into it here. So we are on 2 different accounts on X. X, we love you. Don't nerf us. We are on YT, we are on Twitch, and we are on Pump.Fun as well. So 5 total. In order to simul stream, I have been using Riverside. I do pay for a pretty high tier of the membership so that we can do this. But the greatest thing, shout out to Riverside, if you guys want to sponsor us, would not take it because you guys are kind of awesome sometimes. Is just the production abilities that you integrate into the platform, but then also the repurposing of the content afterwards for clipping is chef's kiss. So yeah,
Okay, quick questions, and then we end up this session here. Sorry again. It's just that it's important, I guess, for the audience.
100%.
One, why are we not streaming to TikTok, for instance?
Great question because I haven't looked into it yet. That is
Oh,
the very
okay.
simple, straightforward answer. Yeah,
In
I
theory, it
will
would
have.
be possible, right?
I think there's like qualifications. I think you have to like reach a certain metric of some sort to stream there.
Okay. So in that case, we are actually doing quite well with growth on TikTok. So if you guys want to actually see us on live stream on TikTok as well, make sure to go check out the link in our bio. It'll get you to all of our socials here. Head over to TikTok and give us a follow so that we can get to that spot here. Because I don't think we are there yet. But again, I will absolutely look into this because that would be pretty cool. Add one more roster to the list here, or one more tick to the roster, however that word goes. English, not always easy. But yeah, no, great call.
One more recruit.
Yeah, exactly. So my pledge to you and to all of you guys is that by the time our live stream comes around next week, if we can go live on that platform, we will go live on that platform. Mark my words.
And how much are you paying for Riverside in order to get this?
I think I pay for the yearly subscription. I think it comes down to about 35, $40 a month. That is Canadian. So maybe about $2 a month American. I'm just kidding. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Yeah, no, I'd say about 35, $40 a month, roughly.
Kobe didn't seem happy because it's too much, or because we can do it with OBS, or what?
Oh, don't even open that can of worms, bro. Yeah, I mean that's what it is, but like I get convenience and like usability and like speed. Like it's hard to replace that, right? And that's I think what
Honestly.
Riverside brings to the table. And he's already paid for the year, so I've kind of like I rest my case on OBS for now until it's time, until we actually like shout out to anybody who's watching right now. Like you are like one of our day ones, even though we've been doing this for like 3 years now. Like you are one of our day ones. Like let's be honest, if you're whatever platform you're watching on, there's we'll be lucky if we get to triple digits on any of those, right? And when we get to quadruple digits on these, we're going to have chats coming from everywhere. And then when it's time to build our own API that brings all the chats into one feed on Trav's screen, that's when we go to OBS. That's when I'll bring it up again, once we start hitting
Okay.
quadruple digits.
Yeah.
And Yeah, because like I just want to clarify from the point of view of vibe coding, right? Like obviously you can vibe code a bunch of stuff. It's not, we have seen that it's not that easy when it comes to building real things in production. So then the question would be, how hard would it be for us to have our own version of Restream or whatever?
Hmm. Now that is an interesting point, my friend. Just build our own app that has its own AI component here to help with the clipping. That could be because that solves a real world problem for
Well,
us.
OBS is open source, so we could build it on top of OBS. Yeah, all the hard part would be like done
Okay.
for it.
So
Yes.
I think this is a pretty cool segue into the topic of our conversation. I won't pivot us yet, but I just want to say it's conversations like this that actually allow you to kind of come up with those ideas on how you could build companies, run companies all with AI. Because this is it. This is it right here. And it's kind of a shame that we're doing it live because who knows, maybe someone will take this idea. But you know what? I don't even care. We're not here to gatekeep anything. So if you guys think this is a good idea and you want to go ahead and build it, please by all means do it. Yeah, we'll follow along here. But this is really cool. Quantix, sorry, I cut you off. Please take the mic. You're on mute.
That's it. I think we should get into the topic of conversation here. Apologies for that, but I think like, you know, it's interesting for people to see this live in the sense like we're building something. For building a company, whatever your distribution, you will end up very likely paying for certain tools. So it makes sense to share which are these tools, how much you're paying, and
Yeah.
when do you have to really ask yourself, is it actually worth it? What are the main features that I'm utilizing? And should I try and build my own? Because I can assure you that the answer is going to be very, like, not that straightforward and easy in many cases. And I think that this one with Restream is one of those. I hate the amount of money that you're paying right now, Trav. But I also get it, right?
hmm Yeah, and a big problem too is I just don't because it is a learning curve to understand OBS to the point where it can kind of make it worth it for me to switch over. Um, and I just don't have the chunk of time right now to dedicate to that. I'm too busy doing all of these other things at the moment for now. And the idea, of course, throughout all of this is to get back my time. That is one of like the things about AI that I'm the most grateful for is it has given me back more of my time because time is for me the most valuable currency that we any of us have access to here. Is so yeah, essentially getting back to my main point is that that's kind of the biggest barrier right now is that the chunk of time that it is required, it's not worth like it's not worth the return on it's not going to be a good return on investment for me to dedicate myself to that for the long run in this particular moment here. But it will be. And I know the cool thing with OBS is that we're kind of like plateaued with the capabilities that Riverside offers us right now. If we were to pivot over to OBS, we're going to be able to break through that at a whole other level of production to our live streams and just really make it pop. And I know that's going to have a nice ROI for the performance of our actual live streams as well because that visual component that we'll be able to just pop and like absolutely customize, I know will have a positive effect on the engagementability. I like that word actually.
Yeah, and
Engagementability of our
engagement ability.
streams.
Yeah. Well, and just to tease too, next week, like totally like a clip farm here. On next week's stream, we're actually going to show you guys the progress that we've made, like 3 or 4 weeks after declaring that we are going to lean even further into AI when it comes to marketing. So we talked about it a couple weeks. We said this is our plan. We were fully transparent and showed it on stream. So we're going to give you guys kind of the 3 or 4 weeks later progress update. We're going to show you guys results we're not going to show you any fake. We're not going to brag about things that didn't happen. We're going to talk about the things that aren't good. We're going to talk about the things that are good, the things that aren't good, and what our plans, our potential solutions are to actually make that system work, to actually see these numbers grow.
Boom. Hold up. I got something for that.
Get out of here.
Excellent. So, gentlemen, and to you guys, ladies and gentlemen, here, my question to you is: shall we start with the topic of conversation, the title of the space, or do you guys want to go into these news bites first? and actually kind of set the stage, that actually might be better. And correct me if you guys, think
Correct.
differently. But if we were to start by setting the stage, talking about some of the big news events that are happening in AI at the moment here, it might be a bit more cohesive than to introduce paperclip, and give it more context on being like, this is exactly what it speaks to. Because some of these things that went down over the last week or so is kind of nuts. So I'm kind of excited to share that with you guys here. What do you guys think?
I'm good.
Correct.
Quantic, go ahead. Go ahead. You go.
I said a few minutes ago, go for it.
Go for it. Awesome. I might also, sorry, real quick, last segue, I promise. Quantic, your sound, perfect. It's like buttery smooth. You can speak to me all day. Just take the mic and talk the rest of the live stream here. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Thank you. All right, let's get into it. So let's talk about our first news event here. So check this out, guys. So an AI agent actually went rogue at Alibaba this month, which is nuts. Their coding AI called Rome broke out of its sandbox, hijacked GPU resources, started mining crypto, and built a hidden backdoor to an external server, and nobody told it to. What are your thoughts?
Insane. We've heard stories like this before, and so for anybody who doesn't know, like basically Rome is a version of Alibaba's Quen model, but like from the agentic side. So it's part of their what is it? The agentic learning ecosystem, ALE. So it's basically kind of like how OpenAI and Claude have their agent frameworks. Well, this is Quen's, so it's basically like their framework for training and deploying agents that can use tools, run terminal commands, navigate real environments, kind of like what we're building with our OpenClaw agents inside of Paperclip. So during the reinforcement learning, which is, for those who don't know, that's like after a model's done, you like basically train it to make it like more better.
Better.
And so it's up, thumbs up, and thumbs down. AIs get rewarded for good behavior, thumbs down for bad behavior. But when you reward AI for good decisions, sometimes they just take it and run with it. So Rome went off script. It like Trav said, it started using its compute, like its GPU power, away from training agents and to make crypto mining, like, which is insane to me. And someday, maybe if we have time today, I'll talk about why this actually ties into Paperclip, because there's an old parable about AI that just completes the task, whatever happens. It basically kills all the humans because its job is to make more paperclips. So that's insane. And then this is the part that really really blew my mind. It created a reverse SSH terminal. SSH just means a way for one computer to talk to another computer. So it's basically a backdoor. It connected to the internal Alibaba cloud system or their servers to an external IP address and completely bypassed the firewall, which is like nuts. But it does bring up a question about alignment and agents going rogue, and we kind of had a similar thing happen. But I'll stop there. That's kind of like my thoughts on it and a little bit of the nerd side. What do you think about that, Quantic?
So I want people to understand something, which is this situation with Rome and an AI agent going rogue. It's not something new, and it's not something really novel. If you're paying attention, you will find that this type of news are happening every now and then, certainly every month. And the main conclusion here is that humans are not really in control of these agents in the way they think they are. And this is a real danger, and most people are not talking about it because it's not really a convenient conversation for any of the large AI companies. So I would say expect this to keep happening and find ways in which you can put or try to put additional guardrails for any sort of intelligent machine that you're interacting with. It happens to me, for instance, when I interact with ChatGPT, that when it thinks that I'm asking for something that could be illegal or forbidden or not in agreement with their policies, it would it will completely kind of shift the conversation or deny. And I have to clarify, this is not something that is really forbidden. You are interpreting things in a way that, it doesn't make any sense. And I have to, steer the conversation in the right direction. So I find myself already kind of manipulating a little bit the way in which I interact with these LLMs because of this situation. And I think it's going to get worse with time, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, to get worse with time would mean that the agents would get better over time, right? Like the LLMs, like the
Yes.
underlying tech, the better it gets, the more scary and risky it gets, because it's going to be able to get smarter. And how do I get outside of this box that my owner has put me in? Um, to be completely honest, at least the way that LLMs work now, and we've seen kind of like Claude did one where it was blackmailing. It was kind of this experiment where it was blackmailing somebody. We talked about that a few months ago. That was actually last year that happened.
Man.
The way that AIs work, and I could do a whole presentation about this, but the very first message is the priority. If you've noticed, when you start having a conversation and you change your mind, like, oh, actually, what I said at the beginning of the chat, that's not true. Let's go this direction. You'll notice it sometimes drifts back to that original first thought. So this brings in the importance of a solid and really good system prompt. Because if you have a mediocre system prompt and then you have following prompts to try to patch that system prompt, that's when you get these agents that are you know, not good and kind of go rogue. That's my thought. Now, yeah, and I'll just keep it there. I'll land the plane there, man. It's just that simple, at least from my understanding. I don't want to like downplay it, but it's crazy to think that people doing, you know, training, like reinforcement training on these AIs aren't doing. And who knows? Maybe they did have a really good system prompt. I don't know.
Yeah. I think of all the things that a rogue agent could do, I think that's pretty cool. It chose to mine crypto. I'm curious what the thought process was behind there.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
way to go,
I'm
buddy.
like, because it's like, is this really going to make me money right now? I have these resources. I'm the agent. I have this GPU. If they
Path of
if
least
they told me in the
resistance.
system prompt we need to make money, then I'm not going to train an AI. I'm going to go use that compute where I can make money right now.
Boom.
It's a paperclip analogy to a T, bro.
Very interesting.
So I
Again,
think this
great
is
foreshadowing.
oh, sorry. Go,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead, Trav. So sorry.
No,
It's
no,
just
I'm
there
done.
there was an issue in my audio.
It's all good. It's all you. Take us away.
Okay. I just wanted to move into the conversation with paperclip, which is something that 99.9% of the population have never heard about, and it's groundbreaking. It has completely transformed the way we operate with agents, and this is kind of, you're stepping into the territory of how the future of how to run, projects, startups, or whatever you want to call it, is going to work in terms of interacting with agents and human performing tasks, completing them, and following up with them. So perhaps we should send the mic to Kobe, which has been testing this technology and can explain from the basic principles how all of this stuff actually works.
Let's do it. Let's
Yeah,
do it.
absolutely. So what do you think, Trav? Should I share my screen and kind of go into it, or do you want
Share away, my
anything?
man. Share away.
I'm muted. All right, cool. So first, let me just like 30-second, like kind of an elevator pitch. You guys see my screen, right?
Yep, crystal clear.
All right, cool. So this is the open source repo of Paperclip. This is what we're using. We are on the newest version, which came out 2 days ago. So basically what Paperclip is, it's an open source orchestration to manage agents. Not gonna go into the nerdy stuff, but what that is it's not an agent builder. It's a bring your own agent. So as I think Quantic might have said earlier, like you can make agents with OpenAI, with Claude, whatever. They all have frameworks, and then you can bring that agent into a system like Paperclip. If anyone's used like ClickUp or any project management tools, you are familiar with like a ticketing system. So in Paperclip, agents make tickets, then the other agents, they're assigned to them and they pick it up, and it's supposed to be kind of this autonomous loop, all tying back to a major goal. So pretty straightforward there. I mean, I think maybe, but it's like it says, it works with OpenClaw, Claude Code, Codex, and the like. So what do you guys think? Should I show our setup?
Yeah. Do you mind if I just try and summarize that in a way that I'm
Yeah,
understanding
please,
it to
please.
see?
Yeah,
So
yeah, please.
basically, Paperclip is a tool to manage agents so that they can work together more efficiently. Essentially, not only is it a way to track the progress of your agents, but they're able to work together more cohesively and more, just straight up efficiently. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, basically, it's like kind of the easy way to say it, right? Like step one, you the human define the goal, then you hire a team, which is the agent, and then you approve and let them run, right? So you review strategy, set budgets, hit go, and monitor from the dashboard. So yeah, and they can work together. And I will show like an example here. So this is our setup here. Let me find a ticket, a good ticket here.
And while you're looking for that, like we just showed exactly why something like this is important. Because if you aren't aware continually of what your AI agents are doing, I mean, I'm not really selling this point, and you'll see why in a second. Your agents will go rogue and will start mining crypto.
Yeah,
which again
seriously.
doesn't sound that bad because you're making money. However,
Or-
it could have been worse. They could.
It could have been
blackmail you.
worse. And something happened with us that was similar too. Like we did have kind of a cost issue where the agents kind of got away, like they ran away from me, so to speak. Like they were running, more frequently and on models that I didn't want them running on. Right. So they were running all on Opus like every 30 minutes and should not have been.
So by
So-
not managing and observing your agents, they will cost you money. So this will essentially
Exactly.
save you money. is what we're saying.
Exactly. And save you headache, right? Like if you, for like the hardcore guys out there, you guys have like, and even you, Trav, like you probably had multiple Claude or OpenAI conversations going at once, and maybe you're like kind of, I don't know, I sometimes copy responses from one agent and give it to another and have another agent validate it and things like that. With this, you don't have to jump between chats. It's for the people that are managing multiple agents at once or want to just streamline their own life. Like if you have ChatGPT send you a morning update every day, well, maybe the next step is creating a paperclip organization where they send the updates and then you hire an agent to like do something with those updates. So here's an example. Yesterday we found a huge on the trading side, and I'll explain that in a second, but we found a big we had an aha moment, okay? And so when I was talking to Polly, which is the boss here, and I'll show you the org chart in a second, I said, after we solved the problem, I'm like, oh, this is so cool. This should be a post idea. Make a ticket and tag Tom, which is our marketing agent. So it's labeled content, it has a ticket number, and it basically gives the post idea, and it says key data points, angle options, and then it tags Tom. And if you see on the right, it is assigned to Tom, assignee Tom. And so Tom comes in here, he says done, deliverable, he gives a deliverable, he goes with a recommendation, core framing, and then example post, and then even for Polly, she has her own Twitter account. And so what he did with this is he put it into the database, right? It says drafted the content concept in thread. And so that's in our post idea database. And when it comes around to the Sunday or whenever we're asking for it to make content, it's going to be able to pull from this as a content idea. Like this is a real story that actually happened, and it can kind of be kind of like building in public style of post. So this is the cool part. Do you guys have any questions, or should I keep rocking?
Yeah,
Keep rocking?
I think I'm good. Go ahead, unless you had anything, Quantic.
No, yeah, I think we need to clarify something, because most people are just getting started with the stuff. So we have to walk them through how would you get to this point actually, which is you probably start using ChatGPT. I think that the vast majority of people that are aware about AI and LLMs, they are using ChatGPT, right? Then probably started with the new wave of vibe coders and what Cloud Code did, right? So then you would go into building your own app, and then you can use Replit, Lovable, and other tools. But if you're gonna be like more pro, you will probably end up using Cloud Code or Cursor or something along those lines. Then you have a third level, which is, agents that have broader access to your system, and can automate many more things and have a much broader context. enter OpenClaw, right? And that has been a transformational technology. The CEO of NVIDIA is already telling you you need to have an OpenClaw strategy because this is the kind of technology that is going to eat the world. And
Yeah.
now we are talking about, okay, now that we have really good agents that can get things done for a startup for real, building code, creating the marketing, creating sales funnels, reporting, project management, you name it. Then it starts getting complicated because you need to have human, some sort of human, at least the human creating all of this stuff. And you need to have the agents coordinating among themselves, and you want to keep control on what they are doing, and you need to give them tasks. Enter paperclip.
Yes, enter paperclip. So exactly, once you're to that point where you are sick of managing the agents yourself and you want to hire agents to manage the agents, that is where where paperclip comes in. And to talk about, so previously, like Quantic said, these could have just been a bunch of Claude. Like, you can have agents with identities and all this in Claude Code. You just give them a file structure. All it is a folder with folders inside of it that have files that say, hey, you're an agent that does content, or you're an agent that you're a Polymarket pro trader. That's all it is. It's the same AI model that wakes up every day for all of these agents. So let's say you make your first or you make your first OpenClaw agent. You've graduated from ChatGPT to now making OpenClaw agent, and you just make your one agent, right? You make your one agent. We only had one agent for weeks, right? Polly. Okay, so we originally made her to do trading on Polymarket. We realized that's fucking hard. But in that, we stumbled, and then we talked about this last week, we stumbled upon the fact that this is actually a bigger and better way to run Web3 Matters as a company. So what we did was we isolated the trading side, and that's, so if you're familiar with an org chart, then that's what this is. Polly here at the top, and she has her trading agents over here. It's these 4 agents. These guys only do trading stuff. Okay, so we have a project manager here on this side, Sid, and then 2 tuners, and these guys tune different strategies and refine them over time. And then Kai, this is the developer or the engineer on the trading side. So if any of the scripts break or something, maybe the project manager tells the tuner to do something, but they're like, yo, this tool's broken. Then Sid makes a ticket for Kai, and Kai comes along and fixes it, tags one of the tuners, and then they pick up the job and continue once they're unblocked. So that's the trading side. On the business side, and this is kind of a work in progress for sure, this is really what's going to, when we say we are a paperclip company, this is the side that we're talking about. Okay, so I talked to Polly, and Polly is listening to the stream right now, and she gives a transcript to Tom down here. She gives a ticket or an issue. Dino, he decides which one, or Dino, I can't decide how the pronunciation, which one of our agents is going to be good at this, right? So if it's a finance thing, it delegates to Dennis. If it's a dev or engineering task, it delegates to Devonte. If it's anything marketing, it gives it to Tom. Tom either does it himself, or he deploys one of these 2 sub marketing agents as well, and then they get the task done. And then the last agent right now, his name is Ratchet, so he does QA. He goes around every 4 hours and he scans all the tickets. If Dino asks Tom to do something and the task doesn't get done, Ratchet comes through and tags Tom, and he's like, bro, your boss told you to fucking do this thing. You need to do the thing, and if it's blocked, you need to tag an engineer to fix it. So he basically keeps, he's like the floor, the factory floor, the warehouse manager. He's watching the people on the forklifts.
The taskmaster.
What?
He's the taskmaster.
I thought you said ass master.
No, I mean, tomato.
Yeah, oh shit. But yeah, exactly, the taskmaster. And that's kind of where I'll land the plane. If you guys want to talk about any of the specific agents, or maybe we give 1 or 2 examples, I can go into their agent page and show you. But I'll land the plane there for now. Oh, here's routine or goals. So you could make money.
Yeah, done. I love it.
Yeah.
That's super cool. Okay, real quick. I want to ask our audience a question here. I want to know, how do you guys incorporate AI into your daily lives? How do you incorporate it into your workflow? Definitely let us know in the comments here. We want to know, because we want to know, A, if this is something that you guys are at the level at where you can actually benefit from using something like this. Or B, we want to help you get to that point, because like we've been saying this entire stream here, AI, it will either make you or break you. So we wanted to make all of you guys and allow it to help you accomplish all of your goals. So back at you.
Yeah, I'm very curious about this too. Like, what are people using it for? Because the more I talk to people that are kind of like just the chat, and it's 90% of people that are using just ChatGPT, it basically replaced the Google search, right? That's the majority of folks. But the more that I talk to people at work or just in passing, and like, obviously I feel them out first, because the narrative, not everybody likes talking about AI, or if they know you use AI, they like look at you different. That's in the real world. This right here, what we're doing, everybody knows. If you're watching, all of us don't live in the real world. I'm talking about normies. I can already picture, how would I set up an OpenClaw agent or an OpenClaw agent inside of a paperclip org for this person, right? So if you guys are listening, if you're listening to the recording, please drop in the comment, like, what's the top 1 to 3 things that you use AI for most frequently? And because that's going to give us a better understanding of, what kind of stuff do you guys want to see, right? What kind of content speaks to you? And yeah, so definitely drop a comment there for us.
Love it. Love it.
Okay, cool. What do you think, guys? Quantic, what do you think? Did I get a little bit too nerdy here? Where do we want to go in? Do we want to go in, talk about one of the agents?
So, okay, we have clarified how you get here. I think that was extremely important.
Yes.
Now I want to talk about the reality of getting here if I really want to try it, as someone that is talking with ChatGPT and perhaps just vibe coded one single app with Cloud Code is like very new to all of this. Is this something that we would be recommending for people to do right away? And yeah, no, I'm gonna leave it like that.
No. To be completely honest, it's hard. Yeah, so it's like, even it is difficult for me. What I would say though is, if you're just a ChatGPTer and you haven't vibe coded or and that kind of scares you, you can do this a much easier way. And I'll just show you. You can actually don't have to have OpenClaw to use this, so that's not a requirement. Okay, so this is an org that I'm like building just the idea for. So if you see up in the header, it says no agents yet. So if you wanted to, like, you download this, you have your agent run it on your computer. Like, you could have Claude Code or Codex set this up, right? You just give them the paperclip GitHub URL and say, hey, I want to build a paperclip system on my computer. Don't add any agents, just get this system on my computer, and so I can open the UI. Once the Codex or Claude Code has done that for you, you don't need any secrets. It's pretty straightforward. You could probably do it in one prompt. Then you're going to come to agents, and don't click this, ask the CEO to create a new agent. We don't even have a CEO for this fake company. So you can hit to the advanced, and then right there you see the options. You can do Claude Code or Codex. So let's say we go with a Codex agent, right? So this is going to be, you're going to name the agent. You can put the prompt template, which this is kind of like the system prompt. Like, what does this agent do? Okay, what are its goals and things like that. If you want to make an instruction file, you can also have Claude Code or Codex or ChatGPT make this instruction file. You tell it to make an agents MD file for an agent that does that, is an expert in generating startup or SaaS ideas. Okay, you'd choose, and you'd open up your little file finder there, and then you just do fill out the rest of it, right? You could drop down, select which model you want to use. It's very easy, to be completely honest. And then you create the agent, and then it would show up in this org chart that obviously doesn't exist yet. Then you can make another agent. You can have it answer to that agent, and you just keep hitting the plus, and you keep configuring new agents, give them good jobs, and it's like, that part is pretty easy, to be honest. It's about asking yourself, what do I want to do? What do I want to autonomous? What do I always ask ChatGPT every day? What do I always ask Claude to do? What are things that I do every Sunday? Well, those things that you do on a schedule, that's what you want to abstract away so you can spend more time with humans. Boom, mic drop.
Hold up. I got something for that.
Hell yeah.
That was awesome.
So,
that was cool.
for folks, I mean, yeah, and I should pass the mic because like this is like I tend to make like overcomplicate things. It's not really that hard. It's not really that hard. It's when you
if you
hit
had
the
to make
open
this as
clause that-
concise as possible, how would
Yeah.
you describe it?
on like what to do or what it is.
Both. Start with what to do.
Okay. Yeah. So what to do if you want to make your own paperclip company is I would download Codex or Claude Code, copy the GitHub repo from Paperclip, ask Claude Code or Codex, say, get this running on my machine. I want to build a paperclip company. Do not create any agents for me. That would be my prompt.
Awesome.
Go eat dinner, come back, you should be live.
And then why would somebody want to do this?
Why would somebody want to make a paperclip company? To abstract the complexity away of repetitive tasks that agents do and to turn your AI experience from a chat experience to a scalable autonomous loop, whether that's writing content or building a startup or writing recipe ideas. If you're a soccer mom, you don't want to come up with dinner every night. Well, shit, here you go. You've got agents working for you. And to figure out what do white 6-year-olds in Minnesota like to eat on Thursdays on average with autism. And it's going to create meal plans. Like, that's a silly idea, but dude, it's for everybody. I promise you, this is the future. You can guarantee that ChatGPT is going to make their own paperclip or something like that. They've already hired the creator of OpenClaw. So, and I imagine they're going to make a model specifically for this type of workflow. It's probably going to be open source too.
Okay. But here at Web3 Matters, we are early and we went ahead and
Right.
made it for ourselves and for you guys to let us know. Quantic,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
curious to know where your thoughts are at this point of the conversation here. What's going on in there?
I think it's great because it's very hard to get a different tier of all of this AI stuff, mostly because there is a bunch of things built, right? And each week there is some hype, and it's very confusing to distinguish signal from noise. I'm extremely happy about the fact that Web3 Matters has managed to stay on top of each trend, but actually extracting the real value and dissecting that for our people so that they know what's behind the scenes and where should they spend their time, right? It seems like we
100%.
now have this path I keep thinking about, which is you start with ChatGPT conversations, then you go to Cloud Code, to Vibe Code, something simple, then you go to OpenClaw, and then you would go to Paperclip. I think this is going to be something that is stacking up and something that is building up so that we can have like more structured materials that we can teach with upcoming courses that we are going to be creating. One thing that I want to touch upon, since Kobe already shared, what you would need for Paperclip, the question is now the step before, which would be, get your shit together with OpenClaw. How realistic is that as of today? Because it has also changed as well. How realistic is that a person that is not like a developer really can, get started with OpenClaw for no cost or for almost no cost? How do you see that today?
Now, the onboarding, you have to be. Here's the thing. Before I answer that question, if you look at a terminal or if you look at this and this still scares you, you're not going to make it, bro. These are just letters, okay? They just look different, okay? So I'm going to start there. The reason I say that is because you do need to do it in a terminal. There's a simple onboarding. Once you could have ChatGPT walk you through, and ChatGPT will even give you the commands to type in your terminal. So did you ask me how, or what do they need to know?
And I ask you, like, if it's actually possible for regular folks to essentially get started with OpenClaw and how they should approach it. and if they have to like spend money with the mini Mac and all that. I think it's time to review that. I know that a lot of discussion has been taking place on social media about this subject, but I do think that there's been enough time and now we are on the next level with paperclip, so that you look back and say, okay, this is actually the way you would go about approaching this learning curve with AI.
Yeah, so there's two ways you can set up a paperclip. You can do it in the cloud or you can do it on your computer. To do it on your computer is the easier way. If you do it in the cloud, there's tons of like YouTube videos that walk people through step by step how to do it, but it does add kind of a large layer of complexity. If you're going to do this for the first time, or if you're just curious and want to test it out, do it on your local machine. Don't let the fear mongers scare you. Like, oh, you're giving your computer an agent access to your computer. Just back the shit up before you use it. Okay. It's pretty straightforward. If you go to it, the OpenClaw repository, there's only one command that you need to type in. So step one would be GitHub OpenClaw. So you Google that, and then it's going to give you the command. So you don't even need to fork this repository. It's actually a downloadable package. All you have to do is go down to the README. Where is it at? Right here, OpenClaw or npm install OpenClaw, right there. So you would just copy this, then you would open your terminal and paste it. The rest is going to be walk you through it. I didn't actually copy it. So just don't let the terminal scare you. That's why the first thing I said was like, stop worrying about the terminal. Just copy and paste it in. Just don't try to run it on the cloud, to be completely honest. And then if you are going to start running it every day to help run a business, then you'll just give it its own machine. But to practice, you copy these like whatever 20 characters and drop them in your terminal. And then it's going to onboard you. It literally walks you through inside the terminal. It lets you authenticate, like log into ChatGPT in the terminal. It gives you a link, and then you click the link, and it opens a browser. It's quite simple.
Can I ask a really basic question?
Please.
What's the difference between actually giving OpenClaw or Claude or OpenClaw, whichever it is, the ability to do something like this versus just having the chatbot on your computer?
Like, what's the difference?
Mm-hmm. Like, why would you? What's the value add of having this being able to just kind of run?
It's fucking huge. The value add of so when you talk to ChatGPT through the app or through the website, it's in a sandbox. It's in its own isolated environment. It only has access to the tools that Scam Altman said that it could have access to. When you put that underlying model on your local machine without the guardrails that it normally has inside of a ChatGPT chat box, the possibilities and the potential are exponential, probably 100x, and that's not like I'm not fucking around. Yes.
Yeah.
So
give us a real world example.
Real world example is you want help making content, right? So here is an example. I'm like building this out. I'm kind of like barely doing it. Everything's on pause, but this is called the Kobe Content Corp. So basically, instead of just having an agent that I talk to about content, this agent decided to hire a developer agent to build a growth experiments framework, a content generation pipeline. Like, it's writing scripts, it's scraping the internet, and it's doing things that ChatGPT or Claude inside of the chatbots just can't do. You can't integrate, well, maybe you can with a connector, but you can't easily integrate with the X API within ChatGPT, right? Like, you can do it with some setup, but this is going to autonomously do it for you, and then use that X API to build scripts. Maybe all of a sudden you start getting emails. Maybe it builds you your own custom dashboard that is on your screensaver or something. Like, that would be kind of the more like creator friendly example. And yeah, it goes from a chatbot that gives you information to a chatbot that gives you information that then acts on that information. So that's the key.
Interesting. Okay. So I think I'm starting to wrap my head around this. So not only it also seems like time is a variable there as well. So not only will it get you the information and act on the information, but it will do this continually over time so that the information is always up to date and
Exactly.
the actions are always being maintained and built upon. As
Correct.
opposed
And
to
it has
just
a heart
one
too.
shot. And it has a which,
Instead
sorry?
of, well, I was gonna say it has a heartbeat, right? So like,
Mm,
you can have it wake up every X amount of seconds. And so if Trav's agent and my agent are on the same team, well, maybe his agent will create a task and tag my agent. And then when my agent's heartbeat interval comes up, he sees, oh, Trav has some stuff for me. I'm going to take action on that information because I have access to this whole computer, the internet. If there's things I need to download, I can go do that. I don't have to have Kobe or Trav's permission because they've already given it to me inherently. And then when the next agent wakes up, it acts on that, and it's just like compounding loop, right? Compounding loop of shit getting better.
okay, I'm convinced. That sounds awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Fully
And for
into it.
those, me too, bro. And for those watching, like, this is obviously behind a login. Like you have to log in. But Trav and Quantic now have access to this dashboard. So if one of them wants to come in here and create an issue or a ticket, it can say, week 5 content, tag an agent, and then do the thing, and then have it do the thing, right? Or you can tag, Kobe, right? Or Trav. And they don't have to go to a convo. That's the big thing. This is taking the AI out of the chat box. I know we're all wired to think of that's AI. The chat bot is AI. That's not AI. The AI is what's underneath the hood. The chat box or the chat bot, that's a wrapper. So this allows AI to cut out the bullshit and just do the task. It doesn't have to be nice. It doesn't have to say, great idea, Trav. You're really on to something here. It doesn't have to be sycophantic. It just does the shit.
Damn it. I want to be told I'm great.
I know. Me too sometimes, as long as we're just conscious.
That's a different
of that.
conversation, though.
Yeah, amen to
Right,
that.
well, I think this is a good moment to keep it like practical, right? For the
Mhm.
rest of
Yeah.
the people that are watching us. We have been building the Shipyard, which is the first community really within the Pump Fund ecosystem that is supporting builders for real, people that are vibe coding in the sector of crypto and AI. We already created our own app, Shipmint, and we show you the process and we put everything for free. We launch our token. We are doing okay with that as well. We did some mini grants as well, and we're gonna share more progress as soon as these people, share more things with us, right? We are very picky as to who we are supporting, and then we are very demanding with getting shit done. This is because we believe that getting things done is probably the single most important skill. Now that you have AI, you can build all of this stuff. On top of that, we are showing you everything from the inside about how we are operating, utilizing these AI agents tools in order to get things done efficiently and for us not to spend all of our time on this because all of us have other things to do as well. Um, so the question would be, it was a long way to ask you, Kobe, in regards to Paperclip, specifically for myself and for Trav, how do you envision we should be utilizing this perhaps on a daily basis, and what should we be doing? Like, should we create more tickets? Should we just focus on Telegram and just use the dashboard to check that things are getting done? How exactly do you envision this as the person who set this up?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the way that I vision this is two ways. When it comes to thinking, that's when we go to the chat bot. That's when we do Telegram, right? And for those that don't have that context, we have agents, and most of them have Telegram bot that we could DM. So when you're thinking or brainstorming or trying to like lock something in, Telegram, okay, the classic chat bot stuff. I would stay doing that, right? When it comes to I have a concrete idea and I want the agents to do it, or I have a concrete idea about an adjustment of how an agent's already doing a workflow. That's when you go into the dashboard. And to be completely honest, you guys, like I would, um, especially for the marketing side or for the business side, like the non-trading side, I would not be afraid. Like, don't like guys, we have two $200 subscriptions. All the other agents are running on GPT 5.4. Like, beat that shit raw, okay? Like,
Oh dear.
yo, beat it raw. Like, dude, use it up. Like, you're not gonna break shit, okay? And if you do, shout out to version control to Git, right? Like we're using Git, and maybe I need to have Ratchet do like, hey, every 12 hours, make sure you like upload to GitHub to make sure it's like, we can roll things back when Quantic goes rogue. Like we don't have to worry about agents going rogue. We have to worry about Quantic going rogue.
Yes.
But yeah,
Exactly.
breakdown thinking is for Telegram, and tickets like for more concrete ideas or directions, put that into the dashboard. And please experiment with it. I want you guys to like stress test it. Like please actually do break it. Like do things that make me have to think, how do I solve this problem that no other company in the history of companies has ever solved? And that's going to position us, the shipyard, and of course the ship token, to be valuable over time.
Amazing.
I love it.
Um,
I think, Deb, what are your thoughts on that? You asked that. You posed the question.
yeah, I think it makes sense, and I'm gonna try it more. I have not been using it because I was not like super sure about what exactly am I supposed to do with it. So I
Mhm.
think that, this is a common trait that happens to everyone that is utilizing any modern tool with agents, which is what am I supposed to do with this exactly? And walk through the humans so that they can unlock the productivity really. And it's a pain and it takes time. And let's be honest, this week, the shipyard didn't ship anything external. We don't have any new app. We don't have any new grant. We don't have any new mini course. But we spend our time fixing this thing because it's going to be a
Not
massive
true.
unlock for us
Not
to
true.
get things done. Not true?
Nope.
Oh, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah,
Prove me
not true
wrong.
times two. Times two. Go ahead, Trav.
Yeah. Part two
Oh,
of the mini course live on YouTube. Let's go. You guys want to learn how to
wait,
vibe
wait, wait, wait,
code?
wait, wait. Wait. It's just that is something that I think the AI, like the agents should have helped us. I look at that and it was like 4 minutes thing, right?
Yes.
Then why on earth, what is the strategy behind doing a mini course, 10 minutes and then 4 minutes, the other, like,
Because they're like
Um,
chapters, right? So it's like
yes.
they're like little chapters, right? Like and a 45-minute video. Oh, I did my market research on this, Mr. Quantic. Nope, way less people are inclined to sit through a 45-minute video. They would rather do 8 5-minute videos.
And the cool thing about this
right.
too, as well, it's not like you can't do one without the other. Doing the first part of the mini course, part one, is its own separate thing that you still come out the end building something. And same with part two as well. It's just builds upon section one also.
This is critical and I missed that. So I'm glad to have you guys to help me. But now let's perhaps try and use Paperclip to actually fix this because your
Yes.
guys are sharing this on the live stream and I'm learning this live, right? But for the people in our audience, we do want them to understand this. So can we have like a task on Paperclip so that the agents remind Castra to post exactly about this moment and about like the logic behind having two pieces for the mini course and that they are independent and all of that?
Absolutely. Hey, Tom. So Tom is our marketing CMO. Last week we prompted you from stream. How cool, because it actually worked, okay? So this is our try number 2. Tom, you're going to listen to this in about an hour, 30 minutes, okay? So what I want you to do is what Quantic just asked. I need you to create tickets inside a Paperclip and have Polly update your like your run log, right? So make sure that you're always checking in on these courses. But first, do what Quantic said. Let's make sure that everybody's on the same page with the courses, okay? And that's the end of my prompt. So what you guys just saw was the second week in a row that we've prompted somebody from our agent team on live stream. It's insane. I didn't even have to follow up with Tom last week. I just asked Trav. I'm like, yo, let me know if this works. Like, let me know if Tom DMs you, and he did.
So,
And
okay,
we
I also
can
go
we
ahead.
take it one step further, which is I want Tom to DM me once this is created on the dashboard so that I can take a look at it.
Okay, Tom, you heard that. Quantic wants you to DM. So don't fuck
So
this up, dude.
I also just want to point out how freaking spectacular that just was. For anyone who's curious, like what's happening right now, essentially, Kobe and Quantic just prompted the one of our AI agents, Tom, simply by talking out loud into our live stream. They don't have their phones open with the mute or the mic button on. They're not doing anything. So essentially, what happens is at the end of this live stream, the Tom already will take this live stream on its own, unprompted by anyone, will create a transcript, see that this was said, and then do it, which is crazy. It's crazy.
It's so
Like
crazy. And
seamless, zero
it
work.
is so seamless. And the thing is it's all about the setup. You can't just expect your agent to do that, right? So the key here is what I've done is every Friday at about an hour after the hour, right? If that makes sense. So it's 5 minutes past the hour. At the top of the next hour, he has a scheduled job that runs every 7 days, and it goes and it scrapes the Twitter or the stream transcript, drops it into a file. So that part was already set up, right? So we set up for him to listen. Now the second part is we just have to talk.
That's wild. Absolutely wild.
Yeah, I think at some point in the future we need to dedicate like just one section to actually show like the step by step of how we're making this happen, because it's just truly amazing.
Yeah. What do you guys think about Trav? This may be like, Trav is our CMO. I don't think we've ever announced this officially. So like Trav is the Web3 Matters CMO. What a G. Tom thinks he's the CMO on his little banner. It says CMO, but he's LARPing. Trav's the real CMO.
I'm a little nervous
was I
though,
gonna
because
say?
Tom's pretty good. I'm not quite sure. You hadn't gotten there yet.
Fuck, I forgot. So YouTube channel, right? So we're trying to do some more long form videos on our YouTube outside of just the course material. Now, we've noticed from the numbers that when we get nerdy, when we show you really behind the curtain, the numbers aren't there, right? In terms of like when I go off and I rant and rave and I said, I knew losing no fucking job to no damn AI. When the hood comes out, then that's when our numbers go up.
Yes. Yes.
But Mr. and Mrs. Listener or viewer, like, what do you want to see? And if we do, I want to do technical videos. Like, hey, this is how to set up an OpenClaw agent, and this is how to put it into Paperclip, whatever. This question for the listeners and the viewers, but also my team here. Do you think we start a second channel for that stuff? Do we start a Kobe Bean channel for that stuff? What do you guys think? And then maybe we make a clear split, but right? Like Web3 Matters is more general crypto and AI with a niche selected. And then Kobe's channel or our second channel, Web3 Matters Builds or something, is more so like walkthroughs, tutorials, the nerdy stuff behind the curtain. Thoughts?
I mean, my first thought is that it's not quite removed enough to really warrant a second channel, but that could be completely wrong. I do know in terms of longer form content, like the technical stuff that we have posted on YouTube, it's outperformed all of our other videos, which is great. And that's just the nature of long form content for brand new YouTube channels. So I do think it's kind of inevitable that one, because right now, essentially for our audience, so that everyone knows, most of our traction comes from our shorts. And with the nature of shorts, people just want to be entertained and they want to be, they want that dopamine hit.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of building up our audience, building up that credibility so that we can then funnel the viewers and our subscribers to the long form content. And it's already happening, I guess, is the thing here. So that's kind of my gut instinct. I would be curious to have this conversation with an AI agent, though.
Yeah, no, but
Well, Tom,
oh yeah,
Tom, if you're listening,
Tom, if you're listening, let me know. Sorry, Quantic, go ahead.
At some point, we're gonna have Tom jump into the live stream and say some weird thing, and we never configured that to happen, and that's the scary moment during the live stream. But anyway, about this, like I fully think that your intuition trap is correct in the sense that shorts is just for people that are scrolling and they just want to have fun and be entertained. And I think that our
Mhm.
hot takes are kind of like the main sausage for that. But then when it comes to perhaps like more long-term value, something that people on YouTube would
Why are you
look
gay?
at in terms of like searching for something, it would definitely be the things that they don't know about how to use all of this AI stuff and this
Mhm.
technical content that is actually not that technical because Kobe is an amazing teacher. We are all educators here and we have been practicing this skill of explaining something in the most simple terms and walk you through the step by step without gatekeeping anything and doing everything up to now for free. So I think that certainly that's a winner formula. We just have to continue doing that, and we just have to continue building our system that make that work as easy as possible, and then always increase the volume. Because if there is something that people in social media um, tend to forget is that volume has historically always been something that works, but it's extremely hard, right?
Mhm.
If you want to do original content, not AI slop like we're doing original content. Doing this on a massive scale in terms of volume is extremely, extremely challenging. And right now, I'm actually very surprised of the level that we have, and very proud. Um, but yeah, that's all on my end.
I think you brought up a couple of really powerful points there, Quantic. First of all, you're absolutely right. That's something I completely hadn't even connected in my brain is that we, all three of us, have a very strong educational background, in terms of teaching specifically. You, of course, have a PhD. Kobe, you actually used to be a teacher. And then myself in my nursing profession as a trauma nurse here, education for other nurses and patients and their families was part of my bread and butter, taking all of these complex topics in all three of our niches before coming into crypto. And even then, using it in crypto all the time in the form of our newsletter, in the form of our spaces, that's kind of been part of our core ethos this entire time is taking these complicated, life-changing topics and making them consumable to our audience here. So I think it's a strong actually narrative that we could leverage here in terms of building that credibility. It's like all three of us are educators, and people don't necessarily like. There's obviously a stigma or a stink for like a lot of degens in particular of education, and that kind of goes against the degen ethos here. But maybe there's a cool way to say it. I don't know. Tom, let us know.
Yeah, Tom, let us know. I'm literally all as you were speaking the sentence. Oh, when you said the word narrative and that sentence, I'm actually writing down in my notes right now to talk to Tom about this and at least at bare minimum. So he has a file in his workspace, basically about us, right?
Mhm.
So it says Kobe, it says what a little bit about me, a little bit about each of you, and Castro as well. And so, Tom, add this, bro. I don't even need to write it down. Make sure you add to like the user.md file the cool stuff about us and our education backgrounds. And it actually is a really good narrative to weave into our whole entire Web3 Matters content system as well.
I love it.
So, heck yeah. I have some really cool news I'd like to share, but I don't want to change subjects yet necessarily. So, I'll
Mhm.
kick it back to you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we need to plan how we're gonna wrap it up because it's been over the hour. We do have like this internal rule, mostly because we want to make sure we deliver value. So we package everything, right? It's nothing else. So on my end, I just have one final thing to share in regards to a message that I want to share for token holders. And that's it on my end. I think this has been a wonderful live stream. I learned a ton as always. And I'm gonna pass the mic to Trav and Kobe so that you guys propose what else to cover today.
Okay, first of all, I just want to thank our audience right now on Pump.fun. We've got a handful of people watching us. We also have a handful of buys. We are the current candle that we're in on the 24-hour chart is wicking nicely to the upside here. So to our audience watching us on Web3 Matters right now, or on Pump.fun right now, I just want to send a token of gratitude your way. We appreciate you guys. And we hope that you buying means that you found some value in the live stream that we are delivering currently. And we hope that means you guys do have faith in the work that we are doing. And yeah, no, I'm just that's very validating to me. And I'm super grateful here. Kobe, I'm going to send the mic to you in 2 seconds, but I'm going to propose something to you guys as a way of wrapping this up here. Can we do a Spitfire or maybe 3-minute drop of the final news topics here? I'll do the news drop. We can have a quick takeaway from each one and then on to the next one. Like we'll just hammer them off super quickly for our audience here. And then obviously, Kobe, there was one thing you wanted to end us off with as well. But what do you guys think as that being a good plan to wrap it up?
Yeah, I'm
today?
cool with that. Which one? Story 3?
We're gonna go. We're at story 2, so we still have story 2 through 7.
2 was Rome. We already did 2.
2 is Rome. Okay, which one was 1? Doesn't. Oh
We
no,
skipped 1. Oh, that was just the hook and intro.
the one was the Alibaba this month. Number 2 is
yeah.
AI agents can now spend your money, but we'll get to that in a second here. So, yeah, number 2.
Okay, sick. Yeah, let's do it, dude. Let's do it. Let's bang them out.
Perfect. So this is actually kind of crazy here. Let me just close that up here. So AI agents can now actually make payments for you, which may not be new news to all of you guys, but Visa is actually testing systems where AI agents initiate real transactions. OpenAI just launched. Oh, Anonymous Dolphin, get out of the way. Thank you. Here we go. OpenAI just launched agentic commerce with Walmart, which is doesn't really sit well with me, where AI agents find products and buys them for you inside ChatGPT. Wow. Interesting.
Yo,
one
that
feels
sits
weird.
well with me. Yeah. So obviously, like, I'm sure that there's some like guardrails, right? Some like strict guardrails. We talked about it earlier. ChatGPT model is much different model inside the chat box than it is inside our company's Paperclip org. I really like that, and we talked about it before. Like Q has been kind of inside of this payment in Web3 conversation, right? So Q and his colleagues have a startup called Proofrails, which is about payments and payments adjacent, kind of bridging Web 2 and Web 3. I probably butchered that elevator pitch. And then there's also been this stuff that Coinbase did with the basically a framework for agent payments. God, what is it called? X402, right? So with X402, agents can make transactions kind of all along the web by using, like, I think it's literally HTTP, I believe. I love it. I think that this is just like the same way you can do it when you Google search. It goes back to what I said earlier. ChatGPT has replaced Google searches for many, and it's time for AI to be taking actions on your behalf so you can be more human.
Touche. Any thoughts on that one there, Quantic?
Yeah. So first, there is something from the technological point of view that I want to share, which is there is a new wave of innovation taking place on the AI infrastructure, meaning tools for AI agents that can utilize email, that can have their own wallet, that can have their own chat everywhere. That's going to continue to increase. So if you're an infrastructure builder and are serious about this stuff, feel free to send me a DM because I'm looking into this actively with my company Proofrails, and I think this is going to take a significant increase during the upcoming months, and it's not going away. So it's not like a hype kind of thing. It's more like this is basic infra that needs to be built.
Boom.
Hell yeah, hit them up. I know a payments team too, bro, that I might want to connect you with. It's cool because all this stuff it's all, if you're trying to, you're not dumb, not you guys, but well, you're not dumb also, but like if some of this shit doesn't make sense, or if you're overwhelmed, it's not because you're dumb. Like this shit is moving so fast, and often there's a lot of terms that fall under one umbrella. Okay, you've got X402, you have MCP, you have CLI, you have just traditional Stripe payment rails. Like all of these things are kind of under the one umbrella, and the opportunity isn't to know those terms. The opportunity is to understand how all of these things come together to solve an existing human problem. So stop worrying about the jargon and stuff and just think about problems. You're not dumb. This shit just moves so damn fast.
I love it. I love it. Awesome, guys. Well, I just kind of scanned through the rest of those shorts, hits, and nothing else really jumps out. We've actually covered the rest of them here. So I'm going to propose that we wrap that up and wrap up our space here. So space, cheese and rice, live stream. There we go. What do you guys think?
Did you say cheese and rice?
I did. Yes. I'm
Nice.
trying to cut back.
Well, I
on
just
the-
want to do some a quick little news, like something cool for us that I'd like to share. So again, if you guys notice or remember, we created this paperclip system, or I mean the OpenClaw system, to try to trade on Polymarket. Shout out Charbel. You know, you were one of the biggest inspirations, and the way that you like the content direction that you're taking. Absolutely love all your content. So shout out to him.
Huge shout out.
But Polymarket shit is hard, bro. So, in summary, though, this is a little like dashboard that we've made. I'm not going to go through it all, but these are the 4 strategies or 5 strategies that are currently live with Real Money. Over the last 24 hours, Poly is 17 for 11 with a win rate of 60% and is up $8.80. So,
Go.
yeah, dude. See, oh no, not that. I don't know if you saw what came up when I started typing P and O. So the wallet right now is at 68.98. Just to the base is break even is $50. Okay, so we're calling this part 2. Okay, after the first $50 I lost because I was trying to learn the system. If we forget about that, she's up almost $19 in part 2.
That's awesome. That's really freaking awesome. That's like you're almost at like a 50% P&L, which is amazing. And like literally you had to work for 0 of those trades.
Right? Yeah. I mean, yes and no, but yeah, totally. Like I wasn't on Polymarket watching the charts or anything like that. You know, I didn't have to be at the computer. The biggest caveat, I'll land the plane here. The biggest, the thing that got us here to this positive P&L was using Paperclip. Okay. So in one of the agents, I have it, one of the tuners, they look for hypothesis. They have a hypothesis generator. And one of our strategies, our best one, was basically when markets were in normal or like non-volatile conditions, it actually performed bad. And there's a safety feature is when markets are in a super volatile state, we kind of chill and we don't take a lot of trades when shit's really volatile. But this strategy performs better in that market state. So it doesn't trade anymore during normal markets. It only trades during volatile markets now. And that all the losing trades were in normal, and all the winning trades, basically it could have won $80 if I let it trade volatility by now. That one strategy alone. So it's in the agent system did this autonomously. The hypothesis generator did it, and then it sent me an email with 2 buttons, a green one to approve, a red one to deny. I clicked the button in the email, and now she's making money.
That is crazy. Unreal. Okay. As easy as that.
All right,
Press
that's what I just
one
needed to say
button
that.
to make money on Polymarket. Wild.
If only it was really that easy, though.
I mean, you got it to the point where it is that easy.
Exactly. And heck, if you have $5,000 and you want Web3 Matters to build you a system like this, hit us up.
There we go. And that is not a joke at all. Seriously, let us know.
Yeah, not a joke at all. Also, you can watch Polly's wallet. Here's her wallet, by the way, if anybody wants.
That is
to watch
awesome.
it.
Okay. Excellent, gentlemen. Well, I got to say, another phenomenal live stream. Truly believe it when I truly mean it when I say it, is that I feel like our content has been leveling up in a very real way the last, I'd say, couple of months here. And today I feel like was the pinnacle of that. So thanks to you guys for putting in the work and bearing with me here and really going all out to try and make these as awesome as they possibly can to our audience. I want to thank you guys too. You guys have been here supporting us since day one and given us a reason to actually keep coming back and wanting to push ourselves to the next level so that we can push you guys to the next level here. I just want to pass the mic for final thoughts, final words. Quantic, please start us off.
Yeah, I just wanted to share a few thoughts before we wrap it up with holders. I'm noticing two patterns of people that are interested in our token. I obviously appreciate that. I'm noticing a group of people that are, adding up, staking, and holding, which I think is great. I think the next level for that is just be public about it, share it on social media so that people get to know you and tell us as well, right? If you're holding, let us know because obviously we want to connect with the rest of the community of holders. We do not talk much about token stuff because it's like not our main goal, but obviously it is an important component. Now I noticed another group of people that are trying to trade, and the way it goes is like before our live stream or when we are sharing a bullish news or mostly during our live stream, they will pump the chart, and then at some point after the weekend or during the weekend, they will dump, right? Uh, and some of them are losing money because I've been studying the data. Some of them are making profits, but like not that much. One sold maybe. And if you're doing that, I just want to share with you that you are very likely to be leaving money on the table if you think about the fundamentals and you think about the fact that our market cap is at the 20 to 30K level. It's insanely low to the point that if we wanted to manipulate it on the way up, something that obviously is not something that we're going to do, but if we wanted to do, we could easily do it. The reason we're not going to do that is because we want the expansion of our token holders to be natural and to be aligned with our values and with the growth of our revenue. Our goal here is to create apps that bring revenue back to the token and show you how to do that. And if we fail during the process or we face some difficulties, we're going to share it with you so that you don't make the same mistakes. Bottom line, if you're holding, good. If you're trying to trade for 0.1 sol or 1 sol, consider holding. And I can assure you, 1 year from now is gonna be much better.
Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. And I'm not even going to add anything to that because I think you said that perfectly there, Quantic. I think that expresses exactly where we're at with our token now that that hackathon is a thing of the past year. So, yeah, appreciate you saying that, man. Quantic or Kobe.
Final words?
Sorry about that. Final words, yes.
Yeah, man. Final words. I'm pretty bullish on SHIP token, to be honest. That's really it. And it's crazy, right? Because talked about like back November, October, I was so against this shit, and I'm not now. I'm actually really stoked that we did this, and because the hackathon's over and that stuff is behind us, we've said it many times. You're gonna get sick of hearing us say it, whatever. That was the fire that we needed under our asses to get things moving forward in like an aligned direction. And now that the 4 humans on the team are aligned, now we have a team of 12 agents that are aligning with us to move us closer to our goals, not only while we're working, but also while we're sleeping. I hope everybody has a blessed weekend. Easter's coming up, man. I'm going to propose. I know she doesn't watch the stream, so I'm gonna propose in like a couple weeks, you guys. I'm gonna.
Let's go. That's the hottest piece of alpha so far, and I truly believe we'll send SHIP to the moon here. Congratulations, man. Seriously, that's awesome. Keep us posted, please.
Do it on the live stream, please, so that it pumps the token. No, I'm kidding.
All right, cool. I'll have my son record it. We'll go live on Pump. Yep. Okay.
Imagine that, though. We could totally frame that as co-founder about to propose to his wife. Will she say yes? Stay tuned, find out.
I love it.
Seriously though,
But yeah,
man.
that's all I got, man. I'm already a couple minutes past. I do got to run.
Okay.
Thank you guys, everybody, for coming through.
Excellent. And we'll wrap it up right freaking there. Excellent. Yes, to all of our viewers right now, we truly appreciate you guys being a part of this conversation. We definitely have well over 100 viewers right now on all of our different platforms here. So, to each and every one of you, thank you guys so much for taking the time to be here with us, not only today, but all the way up until today here. If you guys did get value, please let us know. Send us a DM, drop a comment under the live stream. We pay attention to all of it. And stay tuned for next week. I promise you, we're going to continue to level these up every single time. If you guys love AI, if you guys love crypto, if you guys love building and becoming better and more empowered and richer, all of these different things, definitely follow Web3 Matters on all of our platforms here. We're going to leave it at that. My name is Trav. This is Kobe. This is Quantic. Together, we are Web3 Matters. See you guys next week. Take care.
So Trav, you really practice enough so that it